Hello, my undead friends. Welcome to All You Need Is Lore, a preparatory series that will be laying the groundwork for more in-depth and high-quality lore videos in the future. I am your host, the Dark Hollow, and I hope you are having a magnificent day. You are very much encouraged to discuss the lore in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.
Hey!
Hello everyone. We're playing some more Elden Ring today. Obviously, it's all that I have ever uploaded on the channel.
Weren't you? Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Actually, I uploaded some Dark Souls 2 at some point, some Dark Souls 3. But yeah, obviously we're playing Elden Ring today. First of all, we're gonna check in with Kale and see if he has any items that I want to purchase. Doesn't really seem like it. No. We won't buy anything for now. So we have a couple of things we need to take care of. We need to check in with our monkey friends. He was gonna get something for us at the coastal cave where we fought the
It hurts.
demi-human chiefs. I still need to put my game in offline. I'll remember that for next episode. But yeah, he's not looking so good.
It hurts.
Yeah, I know how it feels, friend. I know how it feels. This was this was me a couple of episodes ago.
What are you doing here? You must leave this place at once. They'll rush in and beat you to a pulp.
Oh, I know.
You'll end up just like me.
I did.
Wait. Is that what I think it is? You got it back for me. My sewing needle. What made you go and do a thing like that? My mum was a seamstress, and that sewing kit was all I had to remember her by. I always wanted to be just like sweet old mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I? Thank you. You're very kind. I always wanted to be a seamster like my mum. Then I suppose I can't just curl up and die, can I?
I just remember that I forgot to read the inscription, the description on of the sewing needle. So maybe I'll pull that up in a future episode. I also want to visit the nomadic merchant who was around here somewhere. I think beneath this arch.
You again? I don't want any trouble.
He has something that I want to purchase. I want to purchase the short bow. And we'll not purchase the arrows for now. Yes, that is all. So now we will... let's go try the tree sentinel. Oh, just a second. My alarm is going off on my phone. I was having a little nap before this, and I didn't want to sleep until the evening. Alright. Maybe we'll first have a little look at him. Golden armor, big halberd, large shield. Alright. Love the detail on his armor. And the armor of his horse. Also, fun little tidbit. Eridan mentioned this, that Limgrave, the name of this area, it's a mix of limb, as in an arm or leg or another limb, and grave, which will tie in when we visit Stormville Castle. This will become more relevant. Ah, I was stuck. Wow. So far, so good. Wow. Man, that sucks. Yeah, I'm not a real big fan of the horse combat. Well, I do like it, but I don't like it in boss fights, honestly. Especially when the boss is also on a horse. Oh no. Couple of misses there. Oh, 2 sips. I hate it when they hit you while you're down. It is not fair. In the sense that I didn't have a chance to get up there. I got knocked off the horse and then I died, basically. I feel like we're still slightly underleveled, maybe. But I don't want to give up. I do think it's doable. Man, I am missing a lot. Alright, he seems to be a little bit stuck. That is nice. Alright, as long as Torrent doesn't die, we should be good. Screw it. I'll heal, just to be safe. Regen my stamina. Okay, he's doing a spell of some sort. What? No, don't tell me that he's just gone. Okay, thank God. I was scared he was gonna have all his health back again. But it seems we're lucky. Okay, let's heal. Okay, one more hit. Nice. Nice, that was very doable. Golden halberd, cool. Let's check the lore on that. Let's have a look at the smithing stone 5. Stone used to smith a variety of armaments. A rare specimen, it is tinged with gold. Mined near the foot of the earth tree, these stones are said to have been used to bolster the strength of the royal forces. We already read most of these items. Short bow, we should check it out. Small, oh no, we already read that. What am I doing? Golden halberd. Weighty halberd, forged of gold. Wielded by the Order of Tree Sentinels. Heavily equipped knights. Deals holy damage. A masterfully crafted weapon that lives up to its heft. But is difficult for one of mere human strength to wield. So indeed it does holy damage. But it requires faith and a lot of strength. Probably not gonna be equipping this weapon. Well, we can check it out, how it looks, but we're not gonna use it. Nice. We can't really use the weapon art, but I assume it's some kind of buff. Alright. Yes, we have other business still. Just gonna have a sip of water. Okay, so I want to equip the spell we bought. With the Memorize Spells menu, you can memorize sorceries and incantations. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries, or a sacred seal equipped to cast incantations. Casting sorceries and incantations consumes FP. Your memory slots determine the number of sorceries and incantations you can memorize. Oh yeah, right, we needed a staff to be able to cast this. She didn't have one. Let's just double check real quick. Excuse me. No. Where can we buy a flask? Perhaps Kale will have one. But we'll check that later. Actually, no, we'll check it now.
Wait. Well, you're back.
Alright, he does not have one.
Goodbye for now.
Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head to the Crystal Tunnel real quick. Because I think you should be invited to the Roundtable Hold, or the hub of this game, as soon as you go outside of Limgrave. So I'm not sure why we aren't invited yet. But perhaps if we ride around here... Yeah, maybe if we light a bonfire in this swamp. We will get invited. Ah.
Forgive me. I've been testing you to determine if the Elden Ring would truly have you, if you had the mettle to endure this long and arduous path. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Roundtable Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
Yes,
Very
let's go
well.
to the Roundtable Hold.
Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
My hope is that one of the merchants there will sell us a staff. Roundtable Hold. The Roundtable Hold is a place where Tarnished gather, guided by grace. Combat is prohibited on the premises due to a pact of non-aggression. This rule is in effect when the Roundtable Hold icon is displayed. The Roundtable Hold is located outside of this world, and fast travel by grace is the only means of reaching it. Interesting, so this is not in the actual world. Kind of like the dream, the hunter's dream from Bloodborne. So this is, I remember him from the intro, Sir Gideon Ofnir, the All-Knowing. Notice the eyes on his armor. His staff shaped like a hand. And his Greek hoplite style helmet. At least that is what it reminds me of.
Oh, this is a rare occasion. I can't remember the last time a new Tarnished made their way to the Round Table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard. Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Alright, so he is an older Tarnished. And he is a Tarnished because the announcer in the, or the narrator in the intro movie said, "Arise now, ye Tarnished." And then he started listing them off with Sir Godwyn, the Loathsome Dung Eater, and this guy, Sir Gideon.
And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the All-Knowing.
So we know he is Tarnished. Excuse me.
There's nothing left to say. Be at your leisure.
I want to have a closer look at his staff real quick. So it's a hand that is holding a cracked orb. Wonder what that means. In these little alcoves we have a lot of weapons lying there. We have statues of old men clutching some kind of plant or a root. This seems to be... It's reminiscent of a tree sentinel, I feel like, with the crest on its helmet, on his helmet or her helmet. He or she is also wearing a staff, it seems like, made from wood. It's a branch, in a sense. More of the old man clutching a branch. And here we have the table itself. We see a lot of swords stuck into the table, but the swords seem to be... They have branches sticking out from them, almost if they grow like a plant would. And then we have a lot of grace. So it seems that grace is flowing from the swords to form this site of lost grace. This large site of lost grace. Just taking a look around here. Up there are a lot of candles. This door is shut. Let's talk to our monk friend here.
Oh, I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Roundtable Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a tarnished of the Roundtable Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace. You do?
We do see it, yes.
Wonderful news. Most tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two Fingers?
So he serves the Two Fingers, which in turn means he serves the Golden Order. And were a tarnished to become Elden Lord, he would be an advisor to them. Interesting. So look, so he sells incantations. Urgent Heal. Incantation of the Two Fingers Faithful. The Two Fingers has high hopes for the tarnished, that even if they should be wounded, even should they fall, they will continue to fight for their duty. Also, so I think there are many tarnished, is what I gather from what he said, but only a few select tarnished can actually see grace, which makes me think that maybe the tarnished that the announcer mentioned in the beginning, the Dung Eater, Sir Gideon, and us, are the only ones that actually see grace. Vare, for example, the man at the beginning, who said we were maidenless and had no hose, he doesn't see tarnish. He is a tarnish, I think, but he doesn't see grace. Anyway, no different description here. Magic fortification. Follow the path that has been set for you, and you will make enemies of all others. The monks, the sorcerers, the ancient dragon knights, and the scions of gold. Heed me, The lands between offer no welcome to the tarnished. Flame fortification. Yeah, it's the same description. Rejection. Hark, tarnished. If you truly walk in faith, you must be prepared to reject all else. Catch flame. The flame of ruin. Oh wait. Incantation originating from a sinister prophecy. The flame of ruin is anathema to the earth tree. But prophets sometimes glimpse it within the faith all the same. Sadly, when this occurs, their sole reward is banishment. So, prophets, the prophet is one of the starting classes, and he starts with a sort of lock around his neck, and I think he's wrapped in chains. So, I think it's implied that he was banished, the starting class, the prophet. So perhaps the prophet starting class glimpsed the flame. And they accidentally glimpse it. So it's like it's profane, the flame, the flame of ruin. But it's still an incantation. Interesting. So this has, I think, the same description too. All right.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Now let's have a little closer look at this man. He has a wheel around his neck with a lock on it. He has a bell, I think, is dangling from the wheel. I'm not sure if that's a bell actually. It might be a lock, part of the lock mechanism. He has an actual bell, which, if I remember, is so that if I remember from the Prophet starting class in one of my previous playthroughs, this is to warn people of. This is to warn people that a blasphemer is coming, so they will know not to listen to him. So it's a way to make them stand out and become a pariah, an outcast. He's chained. He has a chain attached to his foot or his ankle. Though I think the chain has been cut. He has no shoes. And he has a blindfold. So perhaps he was maimed and he is actually blind. But he, yeah, I would guess that he is banished because of the chain on his ankle, the bell. He seems to be an outcast. That being said, he is still very faithful to the Two Fingers and the Golden Order, from what I gather from his dialogue.
Further study of incantations, is it? I can happily spare the time and applaud your enthusiasm.
Corhin. Okay, we'll remember his name.
Order shine through you.
Furthermore, here we have a man clad in golden and silver armor. He has two silver hands. I mean, one of his arms is clad in silver, and then he has a further another silver hand on his armor. He also has another golden hand on his armor. And there's a head on his the right part of his chest that he is he's covering it with his hand, the face of the head. Very interesting armor. It looks really cool. Trying to see if I can make out what is on his cape, but I can't really discern it. Let's talk to him.
I don't believe we've met. I'm known as D. I hunt down those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more
should you spy a mariner among their number, unless you wish to lay down your life in vain.
A mariner. So he's essentially a holy warrior who kills those who live in death, or make sure they are permanently dead. Interesting that his name is just D. I don't think this has ever been a thing in any of the Soulsborne games where a character's name is just a single letter. I'm interested whether or not this is a abbreviation of his actual name. For example, if he was called Dominic or something, it's just shortened to D. Or if he actually, his name is one letter. Let's talk to him again.
Those who live in death should be left well alone. All the more should you...
Okay, we already heard that. And I wonder what a mariner is. I've never heard that term before. Let's talk to this man, but quick. Let's first have a quick little look. Beautiful engraved armor with what I assume to be rubies or other gemstones embedded in the armor. Yes, looking good, my friend. Looking very good.
Ah, hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
Also, I tend to take a little sip of water sometimes during dialogue, so excuse me if that is hearable. But yeah, he's looking for a woman named Lania, I think. And he is from a certain house, so he is nobility, I think. Or I believe.
Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman.
Lenya.
She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
Sorry, I skipped through the dialogue there.
Meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
A servant from his house. Oh man. Words are hard, guys, I'm sorry. And I am a little scatterbrained today. Here we see armor. Again, beautifully engraved with a dragon crest on the helmet. We see shields behind it with, I think I see a lion in the top right, which might be the beast regent. Or it could also be a dragon or something. It would make sense if it was a dragon, because they already have the dragon crest and what I assume to be a dragon tail or a horn on the right pauldron. And I believe this is the Banished Knight armor, or at least a darker version of it. Some weapons, more helmets, some without a crest. More weapons. A banner with the Beast Regent. A painting. I believe this is Godfrey. Though there's no sign of the Beast Region anywhere on the painting. So perhaps this was before... Yeah, because the Beast Region is the big lion we see in the intro. That is on his shoulder. Actually, there is a claw on his shoulder. So I believe this is... yeah, the Beast Region is just not on painting, but it is there. Here's our smith. Just having a little look at him. He is chained at the ankle. He has a lot of horns and growths coming out of him. I wonder what kind of creature he is. Aridin noted that he might be related to the dragons, and I could see that, because he does have, well, sort of reptilian features. Especially in his legs, with the claws. He wields a stone hammer. Behind him you can see the Dragon Slayer again from Berserk.
You're a new face. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
About the chain on your
So
legs.
you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools. That's all there is to it.
Trapped by the hold. How did he get entrapped, I wonder?
No, don't read too much into it. I've no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours. Besides, I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
Her. She's talking about America. Strength and armament. Alright, we need 2 smithing stone 2s. Ash of War. Alright, so we can put Ashes of War on our weapon here. We can duplicate them, not sure what that is. Okay, but we need a lost Ash of War. So I assume if you get a weapon with a unique Ash of War, you can duplicate it and then place it on another weapon. But you need an item for that. I think a lost Ash of War or something. Banners of the Earth Tree. A painting, which is hard to make out because of the reflection of the light. It is a woman with relatively light hair. I assume it is America, though the hair could also be a hood. But I think it's hair, and it's light, so I think it might be blonde hair, and I think America has blonde hair. Just speculation. Does this? Oh wait, okay. Yeah, it is hair. And it is blonde, though I'm not sure who it is yet. A man with red hair and braids. I'm pretty sure this is Radican. A painting of the Earth Tree. A vase or a large. I don't know what this is, but we can see a brazier. I think this is used to make fire. Or you make fire in it, rather. And on it I see crosses. And something circular. Even here on these wooden things we can see trees. Not sure what this is called. Another painting of, I guess this is the capital, because it's, I think we see the foot of the Earth Tree in the background. A lot of books here. Alright, let's talk to her.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Roundtable hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor, and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Balderkin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act. Ah, my
Let her hold
thanks,
us.
great champion. You are very warm.
Balderkin's blessing.
What you felt light up inside you was a Balderkin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another. I will take you in my arms as often as you need.
Let's have a closer look. She has blonde hair and a medallion on her. So in the intro we heard about her. She was also one of the tarnished that arose. It's interesting because I remember in the intro, and maybe I'll put it, yeah, I'll show you this in post-editing. But yeah, she was lying next to a corpse, and the corpse was dead, and it was, I guess, it was implied that she drained the life out of it, and she was called the Deathbed Companion.
Fear, the deathbed companion.
And she is sitting on a bed. And I feel there's a little bit of a sexual connotation with her holding us. Why would she have to be on a bed, you know, if it was just holding us? She could have been sitting on a chair and the same animation could have played. I think because they want to keep the game a little bit PG, they don't actually let us... They don't actually directly imply we're having sex with her. But, I don't know, it feels a little bit like we are having sex with her when she is holding us. That is the implication. But maybe that is just me. Baldachin's blessing. Favor bestowed by a deathbed companion. Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. The favor allows one to forget any aches and pains. In death there is only peace, for in death there can be no sensation. Alright, so this boosts our poise, sure, nice. I think this also makes the game a little bit harder every time you do this. So it's good to have that option, I think. But yeah, interesting. Let me think. No, we will not head down there just yet. What do you want? So she doesn't really talk. She seems very much dead. And it is a she, which some people had to inform me about, because I did not know this. I assumed it was a guy. What is she wearing? A staff of some sort? Or a wand? Or maybe that's just part of her armor. But it is a skeletal hand or arm gripping to her thigh. I think another painting of the capital. Another painting of Godfrey. A banner of the Beast Regent. A lot of books here. And here we have 2 dead women, I assume. 2 skeletons in clothing gripping a staff. Or a totem. Just trying to get in the environment, so apologies if I'm looking around too much for your liking. Twin maiden husks. Let's have a little look. They have a finger seal, which is a sacred seal. They have a lot of other stuff, so we'll just go from top to bottom. Rune Arc. A shard of the shattered Elden Ring. Grants the blessing of an equipped great rune upon use. The lower arc of the ring is held to be the basin in which its blessings pool. Perhaps this shard originates from that very arc. Alright. White Cipher Ring. One of the lost mystic codes, said to have been bestowed by the 2 fingers. Blue Cipher Ring. No lore on that. Memory Stone. Increases memory slots. Said to be a fragment of the black moon that once hung above the Eternal City. So it hangs there no more. Stone Sword Key, we already read that. Dagger, I'll just glance at this real quick if there's any lore. No, just basic descriptions. Scimitar. Mace, longbow, finger seal. A sacred seal bestowed by a finger maiden, which serves as a catalyst for casting sacred incantations. Incantations must be memorized first at a site of grace, and a sacred seal must be equipped to cast them. Heater shields. Okay, there's no lore on this. The armor for the knight class, I think. Furled Fingers Trick Mirror. Makes the bearer a small clouded mirror that reflects an image of a golden figure. Makes the bearer take on the appearance of a host of fingers. One of the ritual implements created by the Tarnished to deceive invaders. A small clouded mirror that reflects a flesh and blood figure. Makes the bearer take on the appearance of a summoned cooperator. One of the ritual implements created by the Tarnished to deceive invaders. So you can make, if you summon someone, they can make themselves look like the host of the world, and if you are invaded, you can make yourself look like a summoned cooperator. Interesting. Unfortunately, no one here sells a staff for us. I think Kale also didn't sell it. And I think the guy at the beach also didn't sell it. So we will have to just look on. First of all, let's go check in with Patches real quick. Perhaps he can sell us a staff. Because he said he was going legit now, so he might have some stuff for us. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Well, nice of you to drop in finally. It's all a bit ad hoc, but I'm sure you'll find something. And welcome to Patches Emporium, where you won't need a refund, because everything's top-notch.
I like his little sales pitch.
Yeah. I had those bandits make a clean break. Now they're all suppliers. Good ones at that. I mean, they don't understand a word I'm saying, but it hardly matters. We have a natural connection. They're all foot soldiers, survivors of a defeated army, worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord, only to be thrown out with the rubbish. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all.
So he can't. They don't understand him. So maybe they have gone hollow in some sense, where they lost their minds, but he can still work together with them. Interesting.
Wondering what's inside the treasure chest. Well, it's nothing too special. Just something I'm saving as thanks for a very valuable customer. But then again, it would fetch some spectacular coin. And besides, this valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take.
Okay. Okay, Patches. What does Patches have? Fan daggers. A set of 5 throwing knives bundled together, a concealed weapon cherished by the Raptor Assassins. New group we haven't heard of yet. Margit's Shackle. A fetish bathed in golden magic. Shackles were used to bind the accursed people called the Omen, and these ones were made to keep a particular omen under strictest confinement. Though faint, the shackles still retain vestiges of power, enough to trap the once bound Margit on Earth, if only for a short time. Yeah, reading's going hard today, but bear with me. Grace Mimic. A fetish indicating the guidance of Grace. Similar to Grace, this fetish draws rays guiding the way, only without any sense of order. Useful as a last resort for those who have lost their way, or for use by those who believe that unrefined guidance will lead to truer encounters. What does this do though? Does it show the directions that the side of Grace gives, only when you're not at a side of Grace? Alright. We read this. We read this. We didn't see this one yet. This furled finger is blackened with blood congestion. It seems to have been chopped off rather unceremoniously. Missionary's Cookbook. A record of crafting techniques left by a man who, unable to become a finger maiden, instead became a missionary and went forth to spread holy teachings. Parrying dagger. A great arrow. Ballista bolt. Hand ballista. Ooh. I am excited for that. A horse crest wooden shield. And a sacrificial twig.
Cheers for that.
Should we check it out? Yeah, let's check it out. Classic Patches.
Well, well, well. I should have known, you scheming little thief. The gods demand vengeance. Vengeance!
Oh, Patches. Don't ever change. a huge bear scraping at the tree. We're not gonna mess around with him right now. Another bear over there. Yeah, these guys don't play around. They are pretty dangerous. And they're hard to outrun too. Even on horseback. Well, I don't think you won't outrun them if you're not on horseback, but even on horseback they will sometimes catch up to you. Okay, I think he's seen us. He did see us. Let's get out of here. Whoops. Okay, so here we have a ruin. Let's check it out. Mistwood Ruins. You'll see on the map, by the way, that this is the area we've explored up till now. This is where we met the sorceress, and this is a little bit more to the east. So this area is called Mistwood. And this is Caelid, where all the rot was. The infested land that looked like Mordor or the Plains of Oblivion. For those of you who have played Oblivion. There's a chest over here. Can hear a wolf howling. Smithing stone too, that is nice. Mushroom. Yeah, we're not gonna fight him yet. Axe Talisman. Speaking of which, I think we still have a couple of talismans to read. Let's first read the axe one. A talisman depicting an axe and a warrior. Enhances charge attacks. The lord who led the long march bore an axe, and his loyal warriors honored him by wielding axes of their own, making them very effective at dealing decisive blows. The helmet looks kind of similar to the mercenaries that ride around on their horses, although they do not wield axes. But this description is obviously referring to Godfrey or Godwin, the one with the lion on his shoulder. Roar Medallion, a bronze medallion depicting a roaring giant, enhances roars and breath attacks. In ancient times, the giants were mortal enemies of the Erdtree. Their bellowing roars desolated nature, triggering avalanches and whipped up storms of flame. Excuse me. But yeah, we read something about the Long March. So let me see if I can't find the item. I think it was in the armor of the mercenaries. No. Alright, maybe we didn't read that. But we'll return to this. Why I think that is Godfrey. Or Godwin. Still having trouble with telling them apart. No, it's Godfrey actually. I think Godwin was the guy... No, wait, you know what? I don't know. Yeah, I think Godfrey is the guy with the lion on his back. Who wields a big axe and has a lion on his back. Yeah, it's a little bit cheesy, guys, but I'm not sure if he's gonna let us out of here. I think this is our best shot. Oh man. It was glitching out a little bit. Hefty beast bones. Beast blood. A lump of flesh. Lump of flesh. A lump of beast flesh filled with rich juices. Found by hunting carnivorous beasts. Meat suitable for a rustic feast. Beast blood. Fresh beast blood glinting with gold. Material used for crafting items. Found by hunting carnivorous beasts. The glimmering blood never rots or decays. Commonly thick solid beast bones. No extra lore. Alright, let's continue on. If memory serves me correctly, there should be a merchant not too far from here. Alright, I think there, need a fire.
Ah, welcome, dear customer. Yes, right this way. Right this way.
Hello, friend.
Welcome, valued customer. Come, trade in our wandering emporium. Please, buy something. I'm hungry. I've been hungry so long. Please?
Well, he's desperate for us to buy something. Bloody finger. Smithing stones. We have read most of these items, I think. The design, blue gold kite shield. The design represents the earth tree, foregrounded against a blue sky. Riveted wooden shield. The design rivet to the center represents both sword and tree. Oh yeah. I think horizontally is the sword and then I suppose the rest is the tree. Saint Trina arrow. Priests of Saint Trina use these arrows to spread their teachings. The sweet oblivion of sleep can become quite a habit. Sorry friend, you do not have anything that I want. Alright then. So guys, I'm gonna end the episode here. Unfortunately we weren't able to buy a staff, but before the next episode I will go to all the merchants we have encountered now. I'll go to all the merchants we have encountered up till now, and I will check if they have a staff for us. If not, then yeah, we'll continue searching. But if they do, then we'll buy that at the start of the next episode. Alright then, have a great one guys. Hey! Bye bye.